like this is a humbling experience, one, because I come from a whole history of like fights, you know, in my life, fighting for my life, just being in the East and growing up in Soweto, and being in brawls. And it's crazy because like just before I got into boxing, that is, I'd never been hit in the face, like ever. And then my first sparring session at Brian Mitchell's Boxing Academy, I don't even remember who the guy was. It was like an Indian guy, and he kicked the shit out of me. He kicked the shit out of me, you know. I went home that day with like a bloody nose, a swollen nose, swollen lips, and it was hectic. I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually like it's a different level, you know, because you know when you're in street fights, they can end in like 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta be quick, get it done, we're done, we're out of there, you know what I'm saying? Before you know it, someone's already stopped it. Whereas like in a boxing ring, you're in a ring with the dude, and like you guys need to keep going at each other. You know what I'm saying? For 3 minutes at a time, 12, like even the training that we had to endure for the fight was completely different, dog. It was like, geez, I'd never been, my body had never been through so much in my life, you know. A couple of weeks just before the fight, I ended up in hospital for like kidney failure, fatigue, and dehydration. And my family was looking at me like, dude, are you still trying to do this fight? And I'm like, yeah, dog, I'll do this fight. You know, the doctor had told me like I gotta take like a 2-week long break, and I was like, doc, I can't take a break for 2 weeks. You know, I'm fighting in 3 weeks. And the doctor literally told me, he's like, yo man, it's either your life is on the line, my bro, you know, or you know, you sacrifice your reputation, and your reputation is just like you're gonna have to pull out, and other people are gonna feel like you chickening out by pulling out, you know. And I was like, nah, dog, we'll push. And we pushed through it, you know. I got back into training maybe about like 4 days after my hospital stay, feeling weak, just generally, you know, just feeling weak. But we pushed through, man, you know. My coaches like supported me. They didn't understand also 100%. And to be honest with you, from the jump, you know, like a lot of the guys in the boxing fraternity, and my coaches and all, like they weren't really for this fight, you know. Especially because like when we first weighed ourselves, I was like 70, 73, 74 kgs, and homie was 107 kgs. So like anyway, that's just to say like a lot of people in the boxing fraternity just did not want me to take the fight, you know, irrespective of how good I felt like I was, or how good or how much experience, you know, my opponents had. They just felt like it was like a mismatch, and I pushed for it, man. I let's go out there and make this thing happen, and which we did, you know. So this is not to make any excuses. It's just like I'm detailing like a story of like all the things that led up to it. And then like 2 weeks before conversations, and it'll just give you guys a little bit of an insight of like really like what went into the training and what went into the schedule and how much work we have been putting in, you know. And then just feeling good, man. I just had a good team of people around, you know. Did get to rest a little bit more walking into the ring. It was just like overwhelmed with like anxiety, you know, trying to stay and look as confident as possible, but it's just like, yo, the anxiety was different, you know, because when you're in sparring sessions, it's like it's very intimate. It's just you and a couple of guys that you're in the gym. Maybe I'm back, I don't know. Yeah, man, but no lights, just you and your sparring partners, your coaches, and the guys you've been training with. And fight night is just like different. It's like you step out, there's like all the lights for it to, yes, it's like, oh shit, the anxiety starts peaking, your stomach starts turning, you know, you come in there with a game plan, and you step into the ring, and it's just like it's all these people around you, you know, personalities, celebrities, people you don't know. Granted, it wasn't, the auditorium wasn't like packed, or the arena wasn't packed. I thought there would be like a lot more people than what they were, but still a lot more people than I've had in my training sessions and my sparring sessions. And yeah, man, and then, you know, the referee says, let's go, you know, and the fight starts, and immediately as it starts, it's like like a rush of excitement, but anxiety and nerves just like kick in, and the game plan goes like completely out the window. Like literally every single thing that my coaches told me not to do is every single thing that I did in that ring, you know. And yeah, man, and you know, and it's just like people ask me like, yo, how does it feel to get like hit, like to get knocked down, you know? And it's just like you don't actually feel anything. You just remember like you just get up. You just remember getting up. I just remember getting up, you know. I didn't actually feel like the pain of anything. It's just like, oh shit, man, fucking hell. let's get up, and you just get up and you just keep going. And at that point, like, I'll speak for myself especially, like at that point, like the ego kicks in. It's just like you're not even fighting like with your skill set and with the driving force behind why you're doing the fight in the first place, you know. And if anyone had been watching like the press conferences leading up to the fight and the interviews leading up to it, you know, I just spoke about like how for me it was really about like the underdog story, and you know, and highlighting the sports of boxing and trying to get as much eyes on the sport of boxing as possible. And you know, remembering why we're doing it, remembering every single time we've been knocked down by life, and just like and running our court. Let's see if we back. Sorry, man, the reception is bad because we're driving on the road. Yeah, but like I said, so it's just like, you know, but like my takeaways from it were like, you know, the fight ends, and you know, you come out with an L. And the reason why I'm actually like speaking about this speaking about it like this is because, like, you know, there's a lot of kids out there, and I'm speaking to the youth, but also like just, you know, elders as well, you know. But right now I'm speaking to the youth who take like L's and losses, whether it's at school. You know, some dudes fail a grade, and they feel like their world is over. Some dudes fail a test. Some guys lose a soccer game or a netball game, a cricket game, a rugby game, and you feel like it's the end of the world, and you don't want to continue anymore. So much so that some guys like may fail matric and commit suicide, because that's, you know, that's how deeply people feel like the loss is gonna impact their lives. Like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. And for me, it's just like to say, yo, man, like I took like an L like on a big public platform, you know what I'm saying? With all the odds stacked against us, like with everybody, not everybody, but with most professionals letting me know that, like, dude, this fight is not supposed to be happening. The weight between you guys is absolutely ridiculous. Find someone your own weight, or push the fight back, man. Like, let's make it happen in December. Let's make it happen next year. And I'm like, nah, dog. These guys want the fight to happen on the 1st of October. I want to commit to it. I don't want to be scared. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And then you come out like with an L, and it's just like I said. So the only thing that is bruised in that moment is the ego. And if you go into it thinking about the ego and thinking about what people are gonna say and think, then it's like, of course you're gonna be crushed, you know. And for me, like, losing actually wasn't the disappointment. It's like, dog, it's a loss, you know. I played D-Ski my whole life. I played for Morocco Swallows Academy, and hope you guys can hear me and this thing is not freezing because I keep losing reception. But yeah, with that being said, it was just like I come from like a history of like playing soccer, and before joining the Morocco Swallows Academy, I was at Kempton Park Football Club, and I left there being the highest scoring player in the district, maybe 4 or 5 seasons in a row. And then I get scouted by Morocco Swallows, and I join Morocco Swallows, and I don't score a single goal for like 3 years straight. You know, maybe in my whole time at Morocco Swallows, I scored one goal, 1 or 2 goals, and that's coming off of like being the highest scoring soccer. Times like the best team is a team that loses. You know, sometimes the more prepared, the more what you call it. Um, more alert, the more calm fighter of the night. Like I said, I fought with ego. You know, and it's just like I just kept attacking, kept attacking, kept attacking, and every time I attacked, like I left my defenses exposed.
Hi, SR Squad. Guys, if you can hear me right now, it means that you watched the video till the end. So, thank you so much for supporting your girl. And also, maybe we can also touch on what Pretty Ugly just said, right? For me personally, I just feel like Pretty Ugly knew very well that he's gonna lose the fight because he said that 3 weeks or 2 weeks before the fight, he fell sick and he had like a kidney failure. He was dehydrated, so he knew very well that he's not feeling well. He also said that his family told him that it's not a good idea. Like this whole Casper and him fighting is not going to work out, but still because of the ego and he didn't want people to talk, he said that he knew that if he pull out, he knew that people are gonna talk and perceive him as this failure, right? But also, what about him now losing the game in front of everybody? He is still a failure, obviously, according to people, you know. So this just proves that sometimes you don't have to do things to impress other people. Just do things for yourself. And as long as you're happy, knowing very well that you did something that you loved, because seeing him, I think he regret going to the fight. He just want now people to feel pity for him, which is not the case sometimes. He should have just stayed at home. What if something went wrong while fighting Casper? What if Casper kicked or knocked him at the wrong place? And now he knew very well that he was sick and just pushed himself to do something that was so unnecessary, honestly. Honestly. Anyway, as our squad, do comment down below and let me know what do you think about the whole Casper and Pretty Ugly thing. Because for me, I feel like this thing should have just been um for entertainment purposes, but now it seems like people now are getting bullied. He was being bullied on the live, like people talking a lot of things about him. But anyway, let me just stop rambling, and also excuse the noise if you hear like baby's noise. Thank you so much, guys.